Hello and welcome to this special presentation, the signing of an agreement of cooperation and understanding between the Muslim community and the Roman Catholic Diocese of Camden. This program took place on February 20th, 2008 in Voorhees, New Jersey. The principal participants in the presentation are Zia Rahman, Managing Director and Trustee of the Muslim American Community Association, and the Most Reverend Joseph A. Galante, the Bishop of the Diocese of Camden. At the conclusion of the formal ceremonies, we'll present some interviews with Bishop Galante, Zia Rahman, and Alan Respler, Executive Director of the Jewish Community Relations Council of Southern New Jersey. The program runs about 50 minutes. Now let's go to the lectern where Zia Rahman is about to introduce the program.
May I ask everyone to please sit down? All seats are free of charge. The bishop and his team and the people who are going to come up here to speak, please sit in the front. Seats are reserved. The agendas are on the chair. And also, what is rolled up is the agreement, which I think as we get to that, you can open that up and also stay with us. I'm going to hand this over to the MC, Father Joe Wallace. It's a pleasure.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We couldn't be happier that such a nice group came out, even on a snowy night such as this. But it's a very happy night in many ways. It's taken us many years to come to this point. Some almost 10 years ago, we signed a similar document with the Jewish community. And as often happens, we look to our elder brothers and sisters in the faith of Abraham for inspiration, and we had that with a long and deep relationship that we have enjoyed. And through that, we encountered the local Muslim community here and found, again, another warm and loving community. We all banded together to help to build this beautiful house of God. Not build it, but I mean to fight the forces that were against building it, should I say, to champion the cause of having this beautiful mosque built. And so now we come to the time where we are going to sign a formal agreement cementing ties between the Roman Catholic community and the Muslim community. We believe that as Christians and Muslims that we must recognize with joy the religious values that we have in common and give thanks to Almighty God for them. Both of us believe in one God, the only God, who is all justice and all mercy. We believe in the importance of prayer, of fasting, of almsgiving, of repentance, and of pardon. We believe that God will be a merciful judge to us at the end of time, and we hope that after the resurrection, he will be satisfied with us, and we will know that we will be satisfied with him. And so in our diversity, may we find ourselves before faith in the one God. May God enlighten us and help us to find the path of love and peace. Thank you.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل من قبل هدى للناس وأنزل الفرقان. إن الذين كفروا بآيات الله لهم عذاب شديد والله عزيز ذو انتقام.
God, there is no God but He, the living, the self-sustaining, eternal. It is He who sent down to thee step by step in truth the book confirming what went before it. And He sent down the law of Moses and gospel of Jesus before this as a guide to mankind. And He, God, sent down the criterion of judgment between right and wrong.
شرع لكم من الدين ما وصى به نوحا والذي أوحينا إليك وما وصينا به إبراهيم وموسى وعيسى أن أقيموا الدين ولا تتفرقوا فيه. كبر على المشركين ما تدعوهم إليه. الله يجتبي إليه من يشاء ويهدي إليه من ينيب.
The same religion has He, God, established for you as that which He enjoined on Noah, that which we have sent by revelation to thee, Muhammad, and that which we enjoined on Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, namely, that ye should remain steadfast in religion and make no divisions therein. To those who worship other things than God, hard is the way to which thou callest them. God chooses to Himself those whom He pleases, and guides to Himself those who turn to Him.
يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير.
O mankind, God created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know each other, not that you may despise each other. Verily, the most honored of you in the sight of God is he who is the most righteous to you, of you. And God has full knowledge and is well acquainted with all things.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العظيم.
By the token of time through the ages, verily man is in loss, except such as have faith and do righteous deeds, and join together in a mutual teaching of truth and of patience and constancy.
السلام عليكم. شكرا. Thank you.
Zia and I are just going to introduce some of the people that we have invited to sign the actual document. We're very happy to have Bishop Joseph Galante, the Bishop of the Camden Diocese, and his Vicar General, Monsignor Roger McGrath, and his Chancellor, Monsignor Peter Joyce. And we're very happy to have them as signatories this evening.
I really welcome some of the people who just came in after I sat down. So if I missed your name, please forgive me. Senator Adler is here from South Jersey. We have Mayor Michael Minona, the mayor of our town, Voorhees. We have Dean Mazurek, who is also on the township committee. And I had the privilege of working with him. He's the liaison to the diversity committee that I'm holding the chair. So we work together a lot. So in addition to that, we have some, I thought it would be a good idea to announce some other names which are going to be significant as we go along. And also is Louis Greenwald is here, which sitting on my right side here. We have Imam Saleh, who just recited the beautiful verses from the Holy Quran. He is the Imam of a very big mosque in Philadelphia called Al-Aqsa. This is on Germantown Avenue. We have Alan Resper here, who's sitting there, hiding from me a little bit. And then we have Imam Qazi Ilyas, who is, he stood up. Look at his beautiful, beautiful dress that he's wearing tonight. Mm-hmm. He is the newly constructed mosque that, newly constructed mosque in Camden, New Jersey, is still under construction. It's only 4 miles from this. Then we have Brother Imam sitting here also in the back, Imam Murad, who is from Masjid Free Haven in Lawnside. And by the way, his abode is Philadelphia, so he came here this evening from there. So anybody who is in South Jersey, you cannot make it here, you know what they're going to get from me. And then we have Louis Capelli, who is the head of a county here, county government. This is the Freeholder Board director, and I really appreciate you being here tonight. Did I miss anybody? Police Chief. Oh, Police Chief Hummel. And let me say, and James Beach, yes. Police Chief Hummel came all the way from North Jersey. All the way from North Jersey. He had a meeting there, and he said he'll try to make it, and he made it on time. And also, James Beach. Where is he? Oh, James. And I know they are going to a fundraiser somewhere tonight. I'd rather stay here, for sure. I don't give my money. But in any case, that completes the list of them. And I really welcome all of you here tonight. I really appreciate you being here. And of course, there are many others sitting here, which of course will take time to introduce. And I really appreciate you coming here tonight. Okay, we are going to switch. I have been asked by my friend MC that I should take the next step of talking to you, since I am already talking. We are jumping to the statement by Zia Rahman, and before me was Father Joe Wallace, and I'm now being asked to do statement. Frankly, I don't know how to describe this process that we have been all in, the Catholics and the Muslims. We have known each other for almost 4 years, I must say. And in these 4 years, there have been very, very different forums in which we met. And then springing from that comes this desire to make a commission, to make something together where we can really work together as communities. So I'm really immensely pleased as we are approaching in a few moments from now the signing of an agreement between our great communities. The purpose of the agreement, by the way, the media have been keeping me straight all day, and I think they have been calling Father Joe Wallace also, and I think they have contacted Bishop also. There have been some statements yesterday. What is this for? What is it going to do? How tangible the results are going to be? I said, what are we talking about? We're talking about a business venture. We are talking about human beings, mankind, people who we are going to work together with to deliver something, hopefully, in the future. And it might take 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, but we want to make the difference. That's what we want to do. This agreement, the purpose of this agreement, only the second such document in the United States of America, is to better the lives of communities by promoting understanding through education, working together on common beliefs and goals. We didn't say we are going to work on our differences. We said we'll work on our common beliefs because that's where we want to put our trust, mutual respect. This also will enable and foster strong relationships between two faith communities based on understanding and mutual respect. We thank the merciful God, and I say it again, we thank the merciful God for enabling us. It would not happen if He did not will it. For enabling us to reach this great milestone today. We very well know that nothing happens without God's will. That's the fundamental faith we all belong to. We are grateful to God that He gave us the wisdom and direction to realize the importance of this need. A lot of people are sleeping on this. We are really trying to appreciate God for, lighting this a little fire in us to be able to do something. Both for the importance of this need to people of both traditions. We do not want to repeat history, and I must say that. All over the world, there is a lot of history about where diverse communities live together and what they did and what happened, and how could they have done better. And we must learn from and not repeat the history from other parts of the world here in the United States. Why? We're living together in the same neighborhoods. We live like strangers. If we continue to do that, and as we become more diverse, which we are, is that the kind of life we want to have here? No. That's not what we want to have. We must understand our religious diversity and not let differences that exist between us rule us. If they rule us, press, media, everybody will be happy. We'll be making a lot of news. Do we want to do that? We don't want to do that. And these are some of the things we, working with our political establishment, and as diversity is growing here, we must really pay attention to this. The two faith communities have common heritage. It's proven. We can spend time, and that's what we want to really discover. Let us accentuate and cherish this common heritage and develop a culture of collaboration for building good relationships to the benefit of all of us. There is a lot of cynicism in anything anybody does. I had a couple of people who walked by in this mosque today and says, "Oh, this is going to work?" I said, "I don't have a crystal ball, but all I can tell you is that we are going to work very, very hard to make it work, and God looks at our intention. Certainly with the willpower we have, we are certainly going to make it work." And I said, all we have to be steadfast in that. And I'm sure in the Catholic community there are people who are probably cynical. And this is very natural. We have to really address it, not be discouraged by that. The accentuate and cherish this common heritage and develop a culture of collaboration. Time has gone. We don't have to build weapons and war weapons and create issues and those kind of things. All we have to do is collaborate. If only can talk. And for building good relationships to be the benefit of all of us. We must create mutual understanding and awareness of each other because unfamiliarity breeds contempt and gives rise to suspicions. Have you not seen that? 9/11, 4 Dicks, this, that. In this community, we have done that, and many of you, if not all of you, have been so kind, so nice to all of us, the Muslim community. I think I commend you all for all the support that you offered at very critical times. Some of you that I cannot even have enough words to describe with respect to the support that you offered. And this unfamiliarity breeds contempt and gives rise to suspicions. As a civilized society, we cannot afford to do that. We must reach out to our people and understand and build communities that cherish love, compassion, and acceptance. This bridge building between people and communities is essential to live in peace and tranquility. It took us about 2 years to come to this point. I'm about right, about 2 years. We have been discussing for 2 years. We look to each one of you tonight to rise up to the challenge and work with us to achieve what has been described in this agreement, which you have the rolled up copy in your hand. We alone cannot do it. It is a team effort. We are counting on you for help. Bishop and I profoundly share our vision. I offer my gratitude and thanks to Father Joe Wallace and all his team. There are so many members of his team who helped us to make this happen. In conclusion, on behalf of the American Community Association, I thank Bishop Galante for his vision and support and for being here tonight. Thank you very, very much.
At this time, Zia and I will read the agreement before the actual signing. An agreement of understanding and cooperation between the Roman Catholic Diocese of Camden and the Muslim American Community Association. Our vision statement. We affirm our faith in the only one true God and his messengers, and recognize our common history and shared Abrahamic traditions. We pray to the merciful God to inspire in us mutual respect, understanding, and love. We call upon God in our pursuits to reinforce our common values for the benefit of all in our society and the world.
Article 1. Commitment to uphold freedom. In adherence, let me turn this on. In adherence to the spirit and laws of our respective religious traditions, to the principles of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and to the Bill of Rights embodied in the Constitution of the United States of America, we affirm our commitment to uphold the right of every human being to freedom of speech, thought, religion, and above all, conscience. We will uphold mutual respect for each other's belief.
Article 2. challenging of bigotry and intolerance. We declare our dedication to relentlessly challenge all forms of religious and ethnic intolerance through active promotion of mutual understanding and respect for human life and dignity. We will champion each other's just causes.
Article 3, fostering relationships between our communities. We commit to a relationship based upon mutual respect and cooperation. We promote a deeper knowledge, understanding, and respect for each other's history and traditions.
Article 4, community outreach. We will build bridges between our people and communities, respecting the integrity and independence of each other's organizations.
Article 5, implementation. We will establish a joint committee consisting of representatives of both the Diocese of Camden and the Muslim American Community Association to assure that the agreement is fully and faithfully implemented. We will establish a Catholic Muslim Commission whose responsibility will be to implement the vision, mission, goals, and objectives of this agreement. We will establish a Catholic Muslim Institute for promoting education in our community.
At this time, Gloria Mazziotti will come forward to bring the signatures forward.
The first signatories are Most Reverend Bishop A. Galante and Zia Rahman. Bishop Galante, Bishop of Camden; Zia Rahman, Managing Director and Trustee, Muslim American Community Association. The next signatories, Reverend Monsignor Roger E. McGrath, Vicar General, Diocese of Camden, and Akil A. Khan, Director and Trustee, Muslim American Community Association. Next, Reverend Joseph D. Wallace, Director of the Ecumenical Interreligious Affairs Office, Diocese of Camden, and Bilal M. Akilau, Director and Trustee, Muslim American Community Association. Lastly, Reverend Monsignor Peter M. Joyce, Chancellor of the Diocese of Camden, who will also place the seal, and Zia Rahman, who will place the seal for the Muslim American Community Association.
This time we would like to ask Bishop Galante to please come forward for his statement.
I want to thank Father Wallace, Zia Rahman, especially for the hard work that you put in over these years, along with your collaborators, to bringing about this agreement. I couldn't help but think, as we prayed earlier, and as the various speakers expressed desire and vision and hope, couldn't help but think that this has an importance that transcends just an agreement of cooperation and respect between Muslim faith and Catholic faith. We already have that agreement with our Jewish brothers and sisters in the accord that we have. But what is important, what transcends us, is the fact that we live in a culture that becomes increasingly secularized. The absence of God in our society, the greater dependence and centrality of human beings who in some ways supplant the all-powerful Almighty God. And I think it's important for those of us who are believers, who are worshipers, who acknowledge the greatness and the goodness of the God who created us, who sustains us in being, and who loves us. We need to band together, all of us, to help to make a difference, to turn back the tide of growing secularism. What do I mean by secularism? The absence of God, the absence of any awareness, understanding, or respect for the divine person. That absence, which leads to the weakening and ultimately to the destruction of any culture which turns away from God. As I listened to the opening prayer tonight, I was struck by the powerful expressions of worship, of acknowledgement of God's power and of God's mercy, and of the realization of our littleness in the face of God's almighty power. It's important for us who are people of faith, who are not ashamed to express our worship, our dependence on the great God. It is important for us to band together because we have a common challenge to us. That common challenge of a culture and a society which removes God from our lives, from our public functioning, from all that is important to any God-fearing person. And so we come together tonight. We have an agreement of cooperation, of understanding between people who are God-fearing, God-worshiping, and who acknowledge our total dependence on God. And may God, who has brought us together, help us, at least in our little part of this world, to help make God better known and more acknowledged in our society and in our culture. And I ask God to bless all of us gathered here tonight and to give us the wisdom and the courage to carry on from here. Thank you very much.
I don't know how the cake from there got here. At this point, even though we have benediction, which we are going to do pretty soon, I would like to invite the bishop to come up on the stage here, and we have a couple of things we are going to do. One is that we have a very small token to present to you from the Muslim American community, and the 3 trustees and directors will come and bring that over, and we thought it's something that we this is a chapter in the Holy Quran that we recite very often. In fact, if I can untangle this a little bit. This is getting too tangled up. This is one of the verses that the Imam recited at the end of his chapter. He says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wal asr, innal insana lafi khusr, illa allazina amanu wa amilus salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. It's very, very famous that God says that this alone could have been enough. He didn't have to send a big, thick book, Quran, any other gospel like that, that this would signify so much that this would have been enough for us to lead our life. And the English translation is, in the name of Allah, the most magnificent, the most merciful. By the token of time through the ages, verily man is in loss, except such as have faith. How beautiful your message is. Without God, without faith, you're lost. And then we say that without faith, and do righteous deeds and join together in the mutual teaching of truth. That's what we are here. That's what we are signing the agreement for. We want to really, really find that truth and mutually teach each other, not suspect each other, and live like a very harmonious society. And of patience and constancy. So we felt that this is a very appropriate thing, Bishop, for you to have from this community.
Thank you very much.
And please take this with you. And we do have a little message here for you to carry.
Thank you.
It's signed by the 3 trustees.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very, very much, and the sentiment I subscribe to wholeheartedly in this program.
And if I may request, Steve might like to take a little picture of this. Okay. If you can hold it here.
Sure.
So because of the rain,
No, it's good.
In the life of our community, and the ladies really did a nice job. And what you see on top of it is the vision statement, which they try to write. Of course, do not write, of course. So, can I invite all the and all the overall please, the trustees here.
God, you are our Creator. You are limitlessly good and merciful. To you is due the praise of every creature. O God, you have given to us an interior law by which we should live. To do your will is to perform our task. To follow your ways is to find peace of soul. To you we offer our obedience. Guide us in all the steps that we undertake on earth. Free us from evil inclinations, which turn our heart from your will. Do not permit that in invoking your name we would ever do harm to one another. O God, you are the one alone to whom we make our adoration. Do not permit that we should estrange ourselves from you in any way. O God, judge of all people, help us to belong to your elect on the last day. O God, author of justice and peace, grant us true and authentic love for one another always. Amen.
We promised that we will do everything under 90 minutes, and we are holding that time pretty good. Our work here is ended, and I really, really appreciate everyone being here on time. We started on time. I really appreciate you being here. And the next most important event is the refreshments. And we have arranged in the next room, which is the conference room, refreshments. There are foods from different places. I would say, please do try them, enjoy them. I know some of you might have had dinner already, but I did mention that there will be refreshments. In our communique, I think we did that. But in any case, please enjoy, socialize a little bit, meet each other. I think it will be a good idea to socialize, have the two communities meet and really talk, have some conversation. I really appreciate you for being here tonight, and especially in this kind of weather, it was quite threatening, and I was praying all along that it clears up for us, and surely God did that for us. So please enjoy yourself. Thank you very much.
That's it. I think we have to put our signatures on the other.
Bishop Galante, you are here in the Muslim mosque in Voorhees to sign an agreement. What's the significance of the agreement for the Catholic community?
Well, it's an agreement of understanding and cooperation. We have a number of things in common. And for me, the most special thing that we have in common is our faith, trust, and dependence on God. We Catholics, our Jewish brothers and sisters, and our Muslim brothers and sisters share that sense of dependence on God, of our need for God. And in a more secularized, growing secularization in our society, it's very important that those of us who are people of faith band together and join together to acknowledge that faith.
What are some of the next steps the Catholic and Muslim communities will be taking in the interfaith dialogue?
Well, we will have a Muslim Catholic Commission, and there also will be a Muslim Catholic Institute to help the members of both faiths understand each other, their teaching, their beliefs, their practices. And I think knowing one another is tremendously important.
And that's very much like the previous agreement that the Catholic Diocese has with the Jewish community.
Yes, and we have, so it's been almost 10 years, there's a wonderful relationship with the Jewish community. We've had a number of encounters, a number of collaborative efforts, and we hope that going forward, the example that was set by the Jewish Catholic dialogue will reach fruition as well in the Muslim Catholic dialogue.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Steve.
Zia, you've just signed a historic agreement with the Catholic Diocese of Camden. What is the significance to the Muslim community in South Jersey of the agreement?
The significance is that previously they didn't have some identity as a community here, and a number of people here had not much knowledge of the Catholics, who are such a great majority here in this region, and this will enable them to be able to learn more about them. The Catholic community will learn about Muslims, and Muslim community will learn about the Catholics. And today, as they have gathered here in this room, it was a great opportunity, and this social hour right now will enable them to at least begin networking.
What is in the future for the Catholic and Muslim community? There's going to be dialogue, there's going to be some interfaith sort of projects?
Yeah, basically there will be a Catholic Muslim Commission that we will establish where the members of both communities will participate. And then we will have the Catholic Institute for Learning, and that will enable us to understand each other's faith.
Now, you have a previous agreement and a dialogue with the Jewish community, and that has branched out into an interfaith dialogue between the three religions. How has that been working out?
I believe that that really had helped us, even though we didn't have any kind of a formal institute. We have been on lecture circuits as a result of that in synagogues, in churches, in other organizations, schools. I think that really enabled, even though physically an institute did not exist, but I think in other facilities we have been holding those kind of things. And the concept of an institute really has been working quite a bit.
What do you see as the future of interfaith relations in South Jersey?
I believe that the communities are going to really become more knowledgeable of each other's faith. And I think we will also help advance more interest in the faith, like Bishop pointed out. I think we need to move out of the fact that we need to bring God in our life and need to understand God and what He needs us to do. And I think this is going to make communities more faith conscious also.
Thank you very much. Alan, the Jewish community has had a relationship with the Muslim community and with the Catholic community, both separately and together for several years. What are you thinking about as you watch them signing this agreement between the Muslim and Catholic community tonight?
First, it reminded me of the signing of the Catholic-Jewish agreement in September of 2001, and how very special that was for the Jewish and Catholic communities. So I was so pleased to see that now for the local Muslim and Catholic communities as well.
You've been engaging in dialogue with both communities for several years. How has that been going?
It's been going excellently. We've done many programs together over the years, with certainly the Catholic and Jewish since about 15, 20 years already. And now, since 2002, approximately, with the Catholic, Jewish, and Muslim communities. So we have Breaking Bread Together programs, we have prayer programs of peace, and other activities that bring Jews, Christians, and Muslims together.
What do you see for the future of interfaith relations in South Jersey?
I see it continuing and growing and bringing people of different faiths together. Some of our programs as well reach out to Buddhist and Hindu and other faiths as well.
Great, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you have comments or questions, please email steve@professionalpodcasts.com. This is Steve Lubetkin. Thank you for joining us. Take good care.